Okay, today is January 1st, 2025, and what better way to bring in the new year and start the new year than by planting seeds that will grow into the season. So with that said, this is Vinny Rodriguez. I am putting together my optimum list of plants, and I will be showing you guys progress over time to show the success, whether it worked, whether it did not work. We're gonna find out. We're gonna give it the best that we have. So here are the seeds that we're going to plant. These are just based off of things that I already typically eat. I buy at the supermarket, and I realize it might be a better idea. What if I could just have this at home and grow infinitely? Well, that leads me to the reason for this video, okay? So why plant in the first place? Well, number one, I think it's a great way to start the new year by actually making something with my own hands, producing something that could have a potential, they could really nutrify me, and it has a lot of other benefits. Making something that is providing me all the essential vitamins and nutrients. It's healthy, it's good for me, and it's local. It's made with my own hands. Number two, there's cost savings. So instead of buying fruits and vegetables that come from, let's say, the supermarket, and this one comes in particular, this brand of Whole Foods wild frozen blueberries is all the way from Canada. They have to freeze it and have it travel hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles just to get here. And who knows how long they kept that thing frozen on the shelf. By the time it reaches my plate, it may have lost a majority of its nutrients. So what if I can, instead of buying something from the supermarket, I can do this? And I don't know if you guys see it right there. These are blueberry seeds, ladies and gentlemen. I can plant these right in the comfort of my own home. And now I'm able to get home and fully eat from what I harvest. So that's number two, is the cost savings. Overall, number three is, just kind of looking at it holistically. Why plant something at home? Pretty straightforward. Well, I save a trip to the supermarket. I save money, and I'm able to get better nutrients out of it. I know ultimately what is going in the food that I'm consuming. When I buy something that's pre-packaged and that's in the market, like this, for example, it has all this labeling to try to confuse me into what it may actually be, where it comes from, how it was made, how it was grown, and again, how long has this thing been sitting here before it reached my kitchen. So instead of that, what I will be doing is I will be growing my own. I'm actually not gonna be growing lettuce, but I will be growing kale. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will be growing kale. And lastly, instead of this item, which I find in the supermarket, as many of you may know, cucumber, says that it's organic, USDA organic. But where does it come from? Who knows where this thing comes from, right? So instead of doing that, I'm going to grow it right here in the comfort of, here's the lettuce. There you guys go. So these are the seeds that I will be actually growing. These things are so tiny, right? Like if you just look at them, you could barely see it. The seeds, it's pretty wild. You can see the little tiny seeds that are in there. So that is what I'm gonna be growing in my apartment in New York. So with that said, those are the reasons why I am growing something in 2025 moving forward. Now, let's go take a look at the equipment. As you can see, this is the equipment, the Hopi garden. Okay, so it's a hydroponic. It does have a light feature on it as well. Okay, so I will be taking care of this thing, and it'll get a combination of natural light as well as the artificial light that comes from the device. These are the items that will be grown. So we have lettuce, blueberry, cucumber. This one is kale right here. There's your kale. Very, very hard to read, but it says kale. And lastly, but not least, of course, grape. All right, so checking in, and what do we have? It looks like the spinach is starting to grow. Also, you can see here the grapes. Looks like they're struggling a little bit to grow. Blueberries don't look like they're standing a chance. What we do have here, looks like the cucumber is going very well, as well as, you guys can see there the romaine. I want to give this thing some room to breathe. The romaine is actually going well. And what do we have here? We have some kale. Kale's looking nice. We're going to keep it in its container still for a little bit, and we'll continue to monitor progress. All right. We have some growth. So over here you see we have the romaine lettuce and the cucumber. Looks like they didn't really make it. We gave it, as much food as possible, as much light, as much water. It's just not doing what it needs to do. So gonna have faith. Hopefully it still grows out, but I think we might need to do that one again. But look at this beauty. Look at how the kale's growing. Checking in here, as you can see, we have some beautiful growth from the kale. Kale looks like it's coming out nicely. It's got some body, it's got some volume to it. On the other hand, there's the cucumber and there's the romaine lettuce. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't look like they made it. So we might have to do that again. And none of these other ones are really growing either. So we might have to start the process for those again. A lot of these. So we have blueberries in here. We had grapes over here. We had, I believe it was spinach in this one. The spinach grew a little bit of a sprout. Tiny sprout there, but then it stopped growing. So we have to find out why did it stop halfway through. But look at that kale though. Absolutely just gorgeous. Stunning. Definitely doing its job there. So excited to see, I'll monitor progress. It looks like it might need some nutrients over here on the side, as you guys could see over here on this end. So yeah, continue to monitor the progress and keep you posted. Okay, so as you can see here, clearly something has grown and clearly others have not, as you can tell. So let's check out what's going on. So here I've been able to plant many different things, such as romaine lettuce and cucumber. You see, they're probably not gonna grow anymore. We're gonna have to give it another try and see what happens. And then over here, we tried growing, some berries. Looks like nothing really happened there. And we also tried growing I even forget what this one is. I think this one's grape. Yep, this one is grape. So clearly there's only one superior being, and that superior being is, dun 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 dun. Yes, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, it is kale. This kale is growing super strong. We're gonna have to find another place to put it because look at this beauty. I mean, look at the Look at the leaves. Yo, goodness, this thing is just ready to eat. But yo, honestly, I can eat this in like half a second here. So I want to see how big this thing's gonna actually grow. It's already been a month, and I would guess if we give it another month, this thing's gonna grow even higher. As you can tell with the hydroponic garden I have here, the higher that the plant grows, the higher I raise the light. This thing is adjustable here. So look at this thing, completely taken over. I mean, look, the plant is like growing outside. This kale is going bonkers. This kale wants to have a party. It's like it's more ready to be eaten. Look at this thing, just growing uncontrollably. Amazing. Look at this thing. It's like a whole jungle up in here. It's a jungle. I gotta sift through the weeds. I'm gonna need a machete over here to chop these things down. Look at these. This is not any kale. This is like dinosaur kale or something. No, it's not dinosaur kale. That's another type. Well, look at this thing, man. You could even see it growing back here still. You know, and if I let it grow, it's gonna keep going. Look at how much water it consumes. It's like all the way down here. I keep having to fill it up because it's growing so fast, it's eating up all the water. Look at this. You get lost up in this jungle. All right, everyone. So as you have seen, that has been the 1.5 month long journey to grow vegetables at home. As you see, there's so many benefits. By the way, I did try the kale afterwards. Couldn't wait to record the video. I just went straight to eating the kale and it was delicious. I noticed it was a little bit watery, probably because it's grown hydroponically. It doesn't have kind of that soily flavor that kale typically has if it was grown on the earth. Absolutely amazing, very tasty. I shared it with a lot of friends and the reception was very, very good on the kale. So definitely let me know what you guys would like to see next as far as what other fruits or vegetables to grow. Definitely on a winning streak. As you see, some products didn't make it, but at the end of the day, it's still a win. It's still a win because it went straight to the belly. It works. Your boy, Vinny, I got a green thumb. So give it a thumbs up if you guys like this content. Let me know what you would like to see me grow next. I have dozens and dozens of seedlings and seeds from all different types of plants, fruits, vegetables. So let's give it a try. Let's keep going, right? We got success with one. Let's see if we can continue to grow more different types of vegetables. So with that said, this is Vinny. Any other ideas you guys have that you want me to try at home and share with you on video, make sure to comment below. Also, make sure to share and subscribe to the channel. We will be putting a lot more of these videos coming up soon.